what's up, YouTube fans? I wanted to talk on this video about what's many times been referred to as the inordinate fondness, right? So, do you guys realize, right, that about a fourth of all species of life forms on the planet Earth known to exist are beetles? A fourth of the species known to exist on the planet Earth are beetles, right? Not just for insects, not just for animals, for all of life on Earth, a fourth of the species that are known to exist are beetles. And it is because of this observation that many have said, often sarcastically, right, that God must have a very inordinate fondness for beetles, right? If there is a God who made life on Earth, he must have a particularly odd affinity for beetles. And we see that there are about 400,000 species of beetles, right? Organized into hundreds of families of beetles, right? Or at least over 100 families of beetles, right? Also, likewise, with many other groups of insects, there are many groups of insects in which there's a very large number of families of them, right? Even species, even families of them, where it's like, why so many of these, right? There's over 100 families of flies, right? Over 100 distinct families of flies, right? There's over 100 distinct families of moths, right? There's over 20 distinct families of grasshoppers, right? There's about 7 distinct families of dragonflies, right? Those are just a few examples, right? And so in any of these instances, right, it just comes to show the lack of practical reason for the nested hierarchical patterns of life, right? The oddity of it, right? Why so many of the variants of the same things, right? Over 100 families of flies, over 100 families of moths. We see also that a single family of insects can be incredibly widespread, right? Mosquitoes, for example, they're a single family, yet they're incredibly widespread. They're found on every continent except Antarctica, and that's a single family, right? And so why make a fly and then another fly and another fly separately, not sharing common ancestry? Why so many of this basically the same thing, right? And so it doesn't make sense, right? We also could do with other groups outside of insects, other invertebrate groups, right? Look at, there's, dozens of octopus families, right? Dozens of squid families, right? Um, there are so many different there are dozens of entire phyla of worms, right? Many of which, right, there are a large number of families within them, right, of worms, right? And we have so many families of fish, right? Most living alongside other families of fish, right? Um, and so we got repeat of again and again and again, right? The same patterns, right? Doing most of the same things. Look at also how many families of slug there are, how many families of snail. It gets into the hundreds for those as well, right? And so why make so many of the same thing, right? If there was a God, right, making them independently, why, right? Why make over 100 different flies, right? And so, that's all for now. See you guys.